And the conduct is as a consequence of his utterance.
All right, from the courts, we go to the United Opposition Principals, and they are currently holding a press briefing in Nairobi following the arrest and detention of Mukurweini Member of Parliament John Kaguchia. The opposition leaders have accused the state of escalating political weaponization and selective targeting of dissenters under the guise of clamping down on hate speech and incitement. Let's cross over now and listen in.
It may help him ascend to wherever you want to ascend, because you ascend by riding on the shoulders of other people, not by deriding, besmirching, condescending behavior. Thank you.
Question. Chris from KTN. You talked about you still determined to follow that unity path. Maybe before you address the media, have you maybe confronted him in terms of asking him what he meant and what was his response in regards to that? And the direction that you're taking, the supporters out there, they might be feeling that maybe these are new cracks that have started emerging. What would be your maybe your take on your supporters on that?
No, absolutely, there is no crack. There is absolutely no crack. Our agenda of working together to ensure we deal with this disaster called UNDA government is still there. And we are still in talking terms. But we thought it is important we publicly express ourselves, because he seems to be consistently talking about this wherever he goes. You can see we haven't talked individually. We consulted and thought we need to make this statement. With a lot of respect to him, we don't have anything personal against him. We are just telling him he needs to carry himself with dignity while dealing with other leaders. I mean, you can't have a region where there is only one leader. We are all leaders. And the communities in Mount Kenya have lived that way for many years. Our values and the way we operate, even our traditional values, is always elders respect other elders. And listen to positions of other elders. That's how we are a pluralistic society. That's how we are ingrained. we never had a king. Have you ever had a king from Mount Kenya? Have you ever had one? No, we don't have kings. We respect you, the strength of your arguments and the leadership you provide and the values you push are the ones that buy respect for you. So people bestow you that position. And that's what we are saying. And that's how the previous leaders in our region have always behaved. And we have already given you examples. People who have even risen to be presidents and led the country. Even when they were sitting president, they never said this is the only single party for this region. And remember, we are also part of Kenya. I mean, we are trying to save our whole country. So we have to see that bigger picture when we are leading. And we are saying again with a lot of respect to Mheshimiwa Kachagua.
What Chris was asking is, have you privately had a meeting, or have you confronted him to try and mend before you come out? Because as it is, now it will be picked as cracks in the opposition that becomes fodder for your competitors.
I'll let my brothers also respond, but we have already told you it shouldn't be picked that way. But the danger that kind of behavior brings is a bigger danger than us keeping quiet. So that's why we chose that we need to speak about it. And I'm sure you'll also hear the message and you will restrain and reform. And we move forward.
So you told us not to pick it that way. So you tell us then, what does this speak to in the quest by the United Alternative Government, or United Opposition, as you may want to call it, to unite and send President William Ruto home? Yesterday we saw an effort by Azimio to bring all of you together. Then in between we are now seeing this. And that should be playing towards the same goal.
And we have
speak to the unity.
We have welcomed that effort. Let me tell you something. Who should be explaining what you're asking? You. The person who is saying he wants one party and other parties dissolve, or me? No, because the reason we have restrained ourselves for a long time not to speak about it is because the same reason you are saying, we want to unite. But you can't unite with somebody belittling you, telling you to close your house and join his without any discussion on how parties manage. We have a legal process. If you want parties to dissolve, you discuss with them. Even the coalitions we are creating is through consensus building and discussion, isn't it? So I think you should ask him that question.
Probably
you should ask him that question.
At the United Opposition campaigning, you've had meetings. So in your meetings, have you brought this issue on the table?
Maybe a different
for me, whenever I've had an opportunity privately, I've told him. Even earlier, there was a time I spoke about it again in a meeting when he had spoken the same way. So whenever I met him, I've expressed that Mount Kenya is not a home for one party. Kenya is not. We are a multi-party democracy, and the constitution is very clear. So personally, I have the other colleagues. I'm sure they have done it.
Did you as leaders also raise this yesterday when you met to?
I think. Oops.
Let me just add, and first of all, point out that as you may have heard, this statement uses very deliberate, moderate language. Is a language that encourages unity in diversity.
All right, with that, we'll take a commercial break here on KTN News Desk. There is a lot more.